Ever pondered why fair skin is so sought after in Asia? Let me introduce you to a phenomenon deeply embedded within many Asian societies, yet often overlooked. This is the concept of colorism, a form of discrimination based on skin color. While racism is a term most of us are familiar with, colorism is an insidious cousin that often goes unmentioned. In Asia, colorism manifests as a societal preference for lighter skin over darker skin. This bias isn't just a superficial preference for aesthetics. It's a prejudice that has significant implications on an individual's social standing, opportunities, and self-esteem. Imagine this: being valued less or even discriminated against purely because of the natural shade of your skin. It's a disconcerting reality for many individuals with darker skin tones across Asia. They face negative stereotypes and biases that associate their skin color with inferiority, lack of beauty, or even a lower socioeconomic status. This preference for lighter skin isn't a modern-day phenomenon. It's a deep-rooted bias that has been perpetuated over centuries, intertwined with historical events, societal norms, and cultural beliefs. It's not just about personal preference or beauty standards. It's about power, social status, and perceived worth. Colorism isn't confined to one or two Asian countries. It's a widespread issue, prevalent in various parts of Asia, from the bustling streets of Mumbai to the sprawling metropolis of Seoul. It's reflected in the media, in the beauty products that flood the market, and in everyday conversations. To understand colorism, we must first acknowledge its existence and the impact it has on individuals and societies. It's a complex issue, layered with historical, societal, and cultural nuances. And while it's a global issue, it has unique manifestations in different parts of the world. As we navigate this topic, we'll explore the historical roots of colorism in Asia, the effects of colonization, the most colorist Asian countries, and the societal impact of this bias. We'll also delve into the steps being taken to challenge and change this deep-seated prejudice. Let's delve into the historical roots of this issue, shall we? To understand colorism in Asia, we must travel back in time to the era of colonization. The European colonizers, arriving in Asia, brought with them not only their culture, language, and religion, but also their physical attributes, including their fair skin. As these colonizers took control, their fair skin became a symbol of power, wealth, and superiority. The colonizers were considered the elite, the ruling class, and their fair skin became associated with their status. This association was further solidified by the stark contrast between the colonizers and the colonized. The colonizers, often indoors conducting administrative tasks, maintained their lighter skin. On the other hand, the local inhabitants laboring under the sun had darker skin. This contrast accentuated the perceived beauty and desirability of lighter skin. Over time, these perceptions seeped into the collective consciousness of the Asian societies, creating a deep-rooted preference for lighter skin. This preference was not merely about aesthetics. It was, and still is, a reflection of power dynamics and social hierarchies that were established during the colonial period. The influence of the colonizers did not end with their departure. Their legacy, the association of light skin with power and superiority, has endured, leading to a color hierarchy that still exists today. This hierarchy affects every aspect of society, from personal relationships to career opportunities, reinforcing the notion that lighter skin is not only more attractive, but also more valuable. In many Asian societies today, the preference for lighter skin is so deeply ingrained that it is often taken for granted, rarely questioned, and widely accepted as the norm. This preference is perpetuated by the media, the beauty industry, and even within families, where lighter-skinned members may be favored over their darker-skinned relatives. Colonization left a significant imprint on Asian societies, especially in terms of colorism. It shaped perceptions of beauty, established social hierarchies based on skin color, and created a culture where lighter skin is often seen as a symbol of status and success. The colonial era may have ended, but its impact on colorism remains. Let's delve into the depths of this lingering effect, particularly in Asian societies. The preference for fair skin, a mindset ingrained during the colonial period, continues to permeate these societies today. This bias subtly yet persistently shapes the way people perceive beauty and worth. Let's consider the role of media and advertising in maintaining this bias. The media, in many ways, has become the amplifier of this colorist perspective. In the world of entertainment and advertising, the spotlight often falls on individuals with lighter skin tones, subtly suggesting that a fair complexion is synonymous with beauty, success, and desirability. In popular films, TV shows, and advertisements across Asian countries, the protagonists and models are typically fair-skinned, while darker-skinned individuals are often relegated to secondary roles or negative portrayals. This color bias isn't just a superficial preference. It seeps into the fabric of society, affecting individuals on a deeply personal level. It's not uncommon for darker-skinned individuals to face discrimination, from subtle microaggressions to overt prejudice. The societal preference for lighter skin can lead to low self-esteem, anxiety, and even depression among those who don't fit the "fair is beautiful" mold. On a societal level, this bias can lead to systemic discrimination and social divisions. Job applicants may be judged based on their skin color rather than their qualifications. Eligible bachelors and bachelorettes may be overlooked in the marriage market due to their darker skin tones. These instances aren't anomalies. They're symptoms of a deep-rooted issue that continues to persist even in the 21st century. And so, we see that the ghost of colonization still haunts Asian societies, shaping perceptions of beauty and worth based on skin color. This isn't just an issue of personal preference or societal norms, it's a legacy of colonial rule that continues to perpetuate discrimination and division. The effects of colonization on colorism are far from over. They continue to shape Asian societies today. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the most colorist countries in Asia. First up, India, a country known for its rich history, diverse culture, and sadly, its deeply rooted colorism. This is a nation where the societal norms and pressures clearly favor lighter skin. It's evident in matrimonial ads where fair brides are sought after, and in the booming business of skin lightening creams. The colorism here is often attributed to the caste system, where historically the darker-skinned individuals were associated with the lower castes and hard labor under the sun. Next, we have the Philippines, a beautiful archipelago with a complex history of Spanish and American colonization. This history has left a profound impact on the societal perception of skin color. Lighter skin is often associated with higher social status and is seen as more desirable. This is reflected in the popularity of skin whitening products and procedures, and the media's portrayal of beauty, where mestizos and mestizas, or those of mixed Filipino and foreign ancestry, are often given preference. Last but not least, South Korea. Known globally for its K-pop culture and technological advancements, South Korea also grapples with colorism. The country's beauty standards heavily favor pale skin, which is associated with luxury and elegance. This is seen in the realm of K-pop, where idols often have fair skin, and in the mainstream media, where darker skin is rarely represented. It's worth noting that these beauty standards are not only affecting South Koreans, but are also influencing millions of fans worldwide. These countries exemplify how deeply colorism is ingrained in Asian societies. It's a deeply entrenched issue that goes beyond the realm of personal prejudice and seeps into every corner of these societies, from media representation to social interactions. The impact is profound, shaping people's self-perceptions, dictating their opportunities, and influencing their dreams and aspirations. As we continue this discussion, it's important to remember that colorism is not just an Asian problem, but a global one that requires our collective effort to overcome. These countries exemplify how deeply colorism is ingrained in Asian societies. Now let's shift our focus to China, another Asian powerhouse with a complex relationship with colorism. Historically, China's dynasties have played a significant role in shaping the country's beauty standards. During the time of the Han Dynasty, for example, pale skin was considered a symbol of nobility and wealth, as it indicated that one did not have to toil under the sun. This historical preference for lighter skin has persisted even as China has undergone rapid modernization. In contemporary China, the influence of Western beauty standards, often characterized by fair skin, has further reinforced this preference. The result? A booming skin lightening industry and a societal bias towards lighter skin. This bias is evident in various aspects of Chinese society, from entertainment and media, where celebrities often have fair skin, to everyday social interactions, where comments about skin color are commonplace. It's worth noting that, like many other Asian countries, China's colorism is not just a personal prejudice. It's a systemic issue, deeply ingrained in societal norms and expectations, and it has far-reaching implications, influencing people's self-perception, opportunities, and aspirations. Let's take a moment to discuss a specific example of colorism in China: movie preferences. It's been observed that Chinese audiences tend to gravitate towards movies featuring lighter-skinned actors, while those with darker-skinned leads often face backlash or lower viewership. A case in point is the recent remake of The Little Mermaid, where the casting of Halle Bailey, a dark-skinned actress, as Ariel sparked controversy and faced lower acceptance in China. This is not an isolated incident, but reflects a broader trend in China's entertainment industry, where roles are often given to actors with lighter skin tones and movies with darker-skinned leads are often sidelined. This preference for lighter skin not only perpetuates colorist attitudes, but also limits opportunities for darker-skinned actors, reinforcing a narrow and exclusionary definition of beauty. This example underscores the urgent need to challenge and change colorist attitudes in China and beyond. As we move forward, it's crucial to remember that beauty is diverse, and it's high time our media and entertainment industries reflected this diversity. Colorism is a pervasive issue in Asia, but change is achievable. As we navigate through the 21st century, it's encouraging to witness the rise of individuals, organizations, and even some businesses challenging this deep-rooted prejudice. Across Asia, a growing movement to redefine traditional beauty standards and to celebrate diversity and inclusivity is evident. For instance, the Dark is Beautiful campaign in India confronts the belief that success and beauty are determined by skin color, inspiring many to embrace their natural skin tone. The Philippines has the Morena movement, which extols the beauty of darker skin tones, arousing Filipinos to take pride in their natural skin color, in contrast to the country's long-standing preference for lighter skin. Similarly, in South Korea, a country recognized for its stringent beauty standards, there's a significant shift. The Escape the Corset movement motivates women to discard the pressure of conforming to societal expectations of beauty, which often include a pale skin tone. Notably, China too is pushing back against colorism, with online campaigns such as Grassroots Pink that challenges the beauty standards set by society and encourages women to love and accept themselves as they are. There's a noticeable change in the perception of beauty. Major beauty brands are gradually joining the fray too. Some are expanding their product range to cater to a broader skin tone spectrum, while others are consciously featuring models of diverse skin colors in their advertising campaigns. But this is just the inception. There is still a considerable journey ahead. Governments, the media, the education system, and each of us, we all have a part to play in challenging colorism. It's about altering mindsets, about education, and about representation. We need to see more diverse representations of beauty in our media and our advertisements. We need to educate our children that beauty isn't skin deep, that it's not defined by the color of our skin. Most importantly, we need to challenge our biases and prejudices. Remember, change starts within us. It starts with you and me. And together, we can instigate change. It's high time we rethink our perceptions of beauty and embrace all skin tones. After all, Beauty comes in all colors, doesn't it?